Hey, welcome back, everybody. Sign here again with another episode of my Additional Creatures 2 Creature Spotlights. And this episode, we're looking at the Anthracosaurus, which is a fun little beastie. You will learn to dread these things in the wild. And, yeah, it's a giant amphibian. Look at you go. You are amazing, right? Now, they're usually brightly colored in the wild, from what I've noticed. Very visible. Which is a good thing. You're going to really appreciate that. Rideable without a saddle once tamed as well. They're standard knockout tame. And, let's get you out in the sunlight here, we can see you a little better. So they look a lot like the Diplodocus. There we go. Without the kind of boomerang head. That Ichthyornis is just being a pill out there, isn't he? Couple things. Quite a bit larger for one. And definitely a predator. Alright, let's get this thing in the water here. And the water is where these things really shine. Now there's this poor Nitrosaurus over here attacking this Dilo, and they can't reach each other. Been watching them do-si-do for a couple minutes now. Right click is electric shock. Now in the water you're not able to really turn all that well. Now your electric shock does have a bit of a cooldown. Actually quite a bit of a cooldown it looks like. Oh, I'm being piranha'd. Okay, I wondered about that. But it's left click bite, right click, do the electric shock. There we go. Does a decent job of harvesting meat. You can notice here, no oxygen stat, which is, to be expected of an aquatic, animal, but it's always welcome to see. I mean, Spinos don't exactly have... they're aquatic, but they do have the oxygen stat, which does kind of limit their effectiveness a bit. Let's go ahead and... So yeah, we're looking at, I think it's about 30 seconds or so cooldown on the shock. Now, there's a few other tidbits about this, right? Left click is bite, inflicts venom, instantly kills small fish, and it has an enhanced gather rate on organic polymer. Which, we killed a Hesperornis. It's really not much there to notice that. Right click, electric shock, hits 3 times for 35 damage per go before modifications by melee damage, all that. Causes electrocution, cannot be used while moving on land. And apparently there's a bit of a cooldown too that you can't really see. Which is a bit unfortunate. Let's see. C is a roar. Which is highly unintimidating, honestly. And it'd be like an emote to communicate with tribe members or whatnot. Or anything else. X, however, turns on predator vision. Hey, we can see a dodo over there. Oh, that's weird. They, basically, it calls it infrared, but it's basically the same thing as, snow owl vision, the whole 9 yards. So X to turn it on, left control to turn it off, which that control can cause some conflicts with other mods. So, looking at you, additional lighting. Also, they inflict 60% of the damage it receives back to its attacker when physically hit. They're also immune to electrocution and venom. Which makes sense. I mean, they have an electricity attack and a venom attack on their own, so... Now, this beastie here is one of those that's only known from a head. From the neck back, it's all guess. Based off of a similar species, though, whatever in the family. This is the best guess as to what they look like. Right. So, drag weight on this thing. Also, there is a saddle for this. You don't have to have it, but again, highly recommend it. They don't get around all that slow on land. They can actually outrun a human without any problem, so do be careful around water. And he's not even on the platform. All right, come on, let's try that again. There we go. Weight. Definitely could take it to a boss fight. I don't know if I'd bother with it, though. It's right around 200 pounds on drag weight. So that also includes, it should be able to be picked up like an RG and whatnot. But I don't know if I would pick up a wild one with an RG, because that just seems like it'd be rather, it'd be rather painful, honestly. But between the shock and the ability to use infrared vision, pretty handy mount to have. Really good for scouting missions. They are okay on land. They're excellent in the water. I mean, they can fly in the water, which is awesome. Like I said, on land, they may not look that fast, but they can still run down a human. So do be careful around these things. Also, the shock can at times knock you off your mount if you're not careful, so do be careful with that. But yeah, no, they are definitely tops when it comes to swimming, though. So definitely recommend getting one of these. Like I said, it's standard knockout tame. Nothing special there. Just don't try to take it out with a horse or something. But thank you for coming out. I hope you enjoyed this video, and until the next one, signing out. Have fun.